Hello, Destiny Shapers, my dear friends. How are you all doing? I trust God that your week has started very well. You're able to go to church and you had a wonderful time with friends and family as well. Once again, I want to say a big thank you to you all. This is Sheila Noy. I am the founder of Destiny Shapers with Sheila Noy, and I love you all. I appreciate you. You don't know how I value your friendship and the community God has put us all in together. If you happen to watch this video later, know that I salute you. I appreciate you. I want to say a big thank you to all my friends and family. I want to say a big thank you to all my subscribers. I want to say a big thank you as well to all my guests, my special guests who have been coming on to the program to share their wisdom and knowledge with us. It is through you all that we are where we are today. So I want to salute you all. I want us to, sorry, talk about powerful lessons from the widow and the oil in Second Kings chapter 4, verse 1 to 7. If you have a time, try and read it. Second Kings chapter 4, verse 1 to 7. See, in this Bible lesson, there was a widow. And interestingly, the Bible did not even name her, so we don't know her name. It said a certain woman. So this woman had lost a husband and she had two sons and she was in debt. I think she had to borrow money to survive. And sorry, it got to a point that those that she had gone to collect the money from, they were coming to her asking for the money. And at the time, if you couldn't pay your debt, they took something from you. So they were going to take away her two sons, her only hope, the only people that she could lean on. The creditors were going to take them away from her, and that was unfortunate. So when you read Second Kings chapter 4, verse 1 to 7, talks about the fact that this woman at the time went to the prophet Elisha. And Elisha asked what she wanted him to do, and she narrated her ordeal to him. And when you read verse 2 and the verse 3, the Bible talks about how Elisha asked this woman what she had in her house. He first asked what he could do for her, and then what she had to solve the problem. And the woman at the time thought she didn't have anything. So she said, I don't have nothing except. And I want you to take care of that. Pay attention to that, except a little jar of oil. So maybe you are in a situation where things may not be going the way you are expecting. And you are looking around you and you think you don't have anything. There is nothing, no hope for you. There is nothing for you to do to solve the problem. I want you to take a closer look. Take another look. You may think there is nothing, absolutely nothing, like empty. You are in an empty house, empty situation, hopeless, totally, 100%. But When Elisha asked her, "What do you have left in your house?" When she looked closer, a little more closer, she realized that there was a jar of oil. And we all have a little jar of oil hiding somewhere. We just have to stop and look, pay attention. So you have to reflect in that situation. What can I do about it? Is there a little thing that I can do to help this problem solve? So she said, there is a little jar. And Elijah told her to go and borrow vessels. I'm sure at the time she will wonder why. I need money to pay my creditors. All I have is a little oil, a little jar of oil. Why go to my neighbors and go ask for barrels, vessels, containers? And interestingly, Elisha told her to collect as many as she could find. So she had to go to every neighbor in her community and get all the possible containers, empty containers, and bring them. And Elisha asked her to put them in her room with her children and lock her room behind her. And she was ordered to pour the oil, that little jar of oil. She was supposed to pour them into all the containers that she had collected. And I'm sure her room was a mess, filled with containers, nowhere to step. And she started pouring. Do you see faith in this behavior of the woman? In this place of hopelessness, she found hope and faith. Whatever the man of God told her to do, she did it. So I see a lot of faith in this woman because you can only address the situation if you approach it with an eyes of faith, the eye of faith. So she listened. She first had to ask for the right people to help her. She went to the right person, Prophet Elisha, and he gave her the direction. And she did not rush it and say, this doesn't make sense. She took that bold step, went with the children, got all the containers that she could find. And she didn't stop there. She said, close the door behind you. It gets to a point that you need to be alone and just focus on how to solve the issue, solve the problem. So this woman, together with her children, kept pouring and pouring, and to the glory of God, and a little drop on a container, the container became full. So all the containers were filled. And interestingly, when the last drop hit the last container, and there was no more container or barrel around, what happened? The oil stopped. So I'm sure if she had gone throughout the world to find containers and brought all to her house, the oil would have kept pouring and pouring. And that is a miracle. So in a place of hopelessness, in a place of emptiness, in a place where you think all hope is lost, there is nothing you can do about a situation. If you can approach it with an eye of faith, if you can speak to the right people to give you the right direction, the right tips, the insight, you will find solution to that issue. You will find solution to that challenge, and you'll be able to solve that problem when you add faith and you take that bold step and you are quiet. Sometimes you have to be quiet. She said, Elisha said, close the door behind you. And she did that. Obedience. So, what is God telling you? Are you being obedient? Or you analyzing with your own mind? You know, our minds can sometimes or never comprehend the deep things of God. So we need to connect. We need to connect with the Spirit of God. Thank you, Apostle. We need to connect with the Spirit of God so that everything He's telling us to do, we will do it with our spirit mind, understanding that if God said it, I will do it. This woman took a bold step. But I thank God from where she started from. She spoke to the right person. So sometimes you need to speak to the right people, right counselors. Could be a pastor, your counselor, or somebody outside your church. It could be a family member that has the answer that you are looking for. And you keep searching till you get the right person to speak to. And then the direction you are giving, you have to take an action, take a bold step. It may not make sense, but you need to take a bold step. So this woman added faith to the direction that was given. And she didn't trash what she had. When the man of God said, what do you have? Even though initially she had thought she didn't have anything, she realized that she had a little jar of oil. Maybe you also have a little jar of oil. You are at the point of, this is my last hope. If this doesn't work, I'm done. Maybe you are at that point. I want you to know that there is hope in God. So approach this week, start this week with that faith that God can turn your situation around. Last week we were talking about divine visitation. If anything happened, you can share your testimony. Did you find anything happening in your life that was divine encounter, that God came through some way, somehow? This woman's situation is another example of that. God used Elisha, and she kept pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring till all the jars were filled. And she went back to the man of God. What do we do with these jars of oil? I need to pay my debtors, my creditors. And Elijah said, go and sell and pay off your creditors. Hi, Mr. Noy. Pay off your debt, your creditors, and then whatever is left, use it to take good care of yourself and your sons. Then your sons will not be taken away, and you'll have your peace of mind and comfort to live. Recognize what you have. Recognize what you already have. Sometimes we think we don't have anything. You have a lot. You have a lot. You have wisdom. God has given us all wisdom. You have strength. You have skills. What do you have? What do you have? Take your time and analyze the things you can do. It can benefit the world. Some of us, we need to start our own YouTube channel as well. Maybe that is your little jar of oil that you need to start pouring into barrels. What are you doing about it? Maybe yours could be a business and you are looking for a huge amount of money to start the business. There are a lot of businesses that you don't need a lot of money. There are some you don't even need any money. You just have to start. Talk to the right people. Recognize what you already have. And then take action. So these are the jobs you need to go and borrow. Go and borrow many vessels. Speak to the right people. Speak to the right people and take action with faith. Take action, because some of us, we've gathered knowledge upon knowledge upon knowledge upon knowledge, and we keep procrastinating. I am one of those people. I'm repenting. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, I'll start tomorrow. Oh, I'll go here tomorrow. And it never happens. Go borrow vessels. Speak to the right people. Read books. But when you get the knowledge, take action. This woman took action. And that is how come, even though her name, we don't know her real name, but because she was obedient and she received the miracle that she was expecting. And then her story is recorded in the Bible. We need to expand our capacity. There are times we have beautiful ideas, but we don't know how to go about it. Borrow somebody's vessel by reading a book, by going to programs, by networking, by buying training programs. There are so many online courses that you can do. Borrow more vessels, expand your capacity. Because there are things that you want to do that you feel limited, but once you get the knowledge, you will be equipped and empowered to get started and do it right. So going to borrow vessels, other people's vessels, is just reading. Sometimes you have to pay for knowledge. Somebody has paid and trained and worked hard to acquire those knowledge and skills. You need to pay them, before you can also use it, or they can share with you to use it. So we need to go borrow more vessels so we'll not feel limited. And then we'll be able to expand our capacity to do whatever God has told us to do. This morning in church, and I salute my pastor, Rav Dogbe. He spoke passionately, and that is something that is so passionate on my heart too. We have beautiful dreams, but we don't use those dreams. So the years come and go, and we live average life. Meanwhile, there's so much potential in us. We need to unlock our potentials and do what we have been entrusted to do, because there are people who are waiting for us. Whatever we have is for people. The gift and talent is to bless people. So if somebody's blessing is attached to your gift and your purpose, and you keep procrastinating and you never do what you have to do to bless that person, guess what? You are not the only person that is being affected. Those people that God is waiting for you to bless, you are failing them as well. So I'm challenging all of us this week. What has God told you to do? It's not just the job you do. You can do a lot more. Sometimes I watch people, they are doing one thing or the other, and they still do other things. We are all capable of doing that. Seek wise counsel and guidance. That's the other thing. This woman realized that she needed to talk to Elisha, so she went to Elisha. Can you believe what would have happened if she hadn't approached Elisha? She wouldn't know that little oil could fill barrels, several barrels, and she could sell and be able to pay her debt. But because she spoke with Elisha, she was able to get the knowledge and the direction that she needed. We all must do that. We have to speak to people. Find the person that you think has answer to your questions. Find a book that you know that when you read, you will get that wisdom or knowledge you are looking for to solve that problem or to do that business. There are so many videos. You can go on internet, YouTube, Google, just type what you want. It will pop up. Free of charge. You don't have to pay anything. And you'll be able to use that knowledge or wisdom to apply to your life and situation. And I also want you to be a good steward of opportunities. Be a good steward. Opportunities are surrounding us. They are going around all the time. We need to open our eyes. We need to open our eyes and capture them and use them wisely. There are opportunities. This woman had to go to her neighbors. She didn't have a lot of containers, but her neighbors had. So she had to go to them. And she went for the containers and she was able to fill them with the oil. There are opportunities all around us. And she was able to sell to the right people. I'm sure if it was some of us, we would say, oh, I feel shy. I have never sold oil before. I have never sold oil. People will laugh at me. This woman knew that she needed to pay off her debt. So whatever it takes, if only it is a genuine thing, she was going to do it. And she did it. Are we sitting on our great opportunities? Because we are shy to do things. Oh, I'm shy to speak. They will laugh at me. Oh, I don't know. Oh, this and that. Let's drop the excuses this week. Drop all your excuses and go borrow more vessels. Let's go seek knowledge. Let's go read those books that will help us to acquire some knowledge concerning specific things. I've been thinking of something and I saw somebody making a video on it. I'm like, oh, let me go to this person and ask how he did it and if he can share his knowledge. And I want to salute my brother Willie Mchu from Kenya. He opened up and gave me some nuggets and it helped me so much. We must look for opportunities. And we should also know that people are willing to help. You just have to approach the right people. And they'll be ready to, share some knowledge and nuggets with us. Thank you for hearing and listening to me for your time. I have a little cold. So coughing and, sneezing and all that, but I thank God I've been able to do this. So thank you for joining. If you have not yet subscribed to Destiny Shapers with Sheila Noy, please, you don't have to pay anything. You just have to click on the subscribe button and then click on the subscribe button again. You'll see the bell and click all. It will show you that anytime I come on live or anytime I upload a video, you'll be able to see it. You will get the notice and then you'll be able to join us and watch. So thank you for being part of this community. I love you. I salute you. If you have any questions about Destiny Shapers, feel free to ask me in the video, in the comment section. Share the video with somebody to bless them. Let's go borrow more vessels. Because there's so much we can do. There is so much we are leaving on the table. There is so much God has put in us. There is so much we can do. And sometimes you know what you want to do, but you feel limited because you lack that skill. Go borrow vessels. Go to somebody who is doing that thing. Ask them to show you. If they want you to pay a little bit of money, do that. Bless them and let them part with their money, with their wisdom and skills with you. Sometimes you have to buy the book, buy the book. Go on Amazon, look for the book you are looking for and pay for it. Go borrow more vessels and read that book. Listen to that video. Go to somebody, ask them questions to share something, some nuggets with you, and sharpen yourself, sharpen your skill, so that when the opportunity comes again, you'll be ready to grab it and run with it. I love you. I salute you. And I'm hoping that you will watch this video to the end. Those of us who will join later, and you will share with somebody else. And this video will help you and you will take action. Find one thing that you need to tackle this week. Find one thing that you need to do this week to move your life to the next level, the next stage. Find that thing that you need to do that you feel limited and start looking around for somebody or a book that can help you get the knowledge you need and start sharpening yourself with that. Let's borrow vessels, more vessels. Don't settle for less. Don't think you have enough. I don't think I have enough. Do you have enough? Even the gates and all the gurus, they are always on the run. They are always working. You would think that once they are the billionaires of the world, they will stop working. No,